One of the most frustrating parts of shoulder recovery is feeling like you are doing everything right and still feeling unsure. You are going to therapy. You are doing your exercises. You are following instructions. And yet, throughout the day, it still feels like you are guessing whether you should use your arm, guessing whether something matters, guessing whether you are helping or hurting your progress. That feeling is not random or unusual. It comes from a gap most people do not realize exists. I'm Dr. Dan, an orthopedic surgeon specializing in shoulders. Now, this is where people lose progress. If you don't understand this phase, you can misread what your shoulder is telling you. That's why you need the Shoulder Recovery Guide. Its link is in the description below. The common assumption is this: if I'm doing my exercises, I'm doing what matters most. And that makes sense. Exercises are structured, they are prescribed. They feel like the core of recovery. So naturally, you focus on them, you complete them, you check the box, and you expect that to drive your progress. But here's the problem. Exercises are only a small part of your week. Even if you are consistent, even if you are doing everything correctly, that still leaves the majority of your time unstructured. That is where recovery actually unfolds, hour by hour. This is the 166-hour void. The large block of time outside of therapy, outside of appointments, where you are living your normal life. This happens between appointments, when no one is watching recovery moment by moment. And during that time, you are constantly making decisions. They do not feel like decisions. They feel like normal activity, but they shape your recovery more than you think. Let me give you an example. You finish your exercises in the morning. You feel like you have done what you are supposed to do. Then the rest of the day begins. You reach for a cup, you open a door, you adjust your clothing, you get dressed, shower, reach for a light switch, and decide how much to use the arm while making breakfast. You sit, stand, move, react. None of those feel like rehab, but they are all part of recovery, and each one involves a choice. Sometimes the choice is obvious, but often it is not. Maybe the shoulder feels tight but not painful. Maybe it feels fine in the moment, but more irritated later. Maybe it feels different after sleeping poorly or after doing more errands than usual. Do you use the arm or avoid it? Do you move carefully or naturally? Do you stop when something feels different or continue? So the real question becomes, do you rely only on your exercises, react to every symptom, or start observing patterns in how your shoulder responds throughout the day? Most people are not doing that. They are focused on the structured part and guessing through the rest. That guessing is not a character flaw. It is what happens when you are given exercises, but not a decision system for the hours between them. That is why recovery starts to feel inconsistent. Some days feel good, some days feel off. And without a way to interpret those changes, everything starts to feel unpredictable. Here is another example. You complete your therapy session. It goes well. You feel like you are progressing. Later that day, your shoulder feels more sore. Now you are in a different situation. The exercises are done, but your recovery is still happening. The decision is not simple. Do you push forward because you completed your exercises, hold back because something feels off, or adjust based on how your shoulder is behaving over time? That decision matters more than the exercise session itself because it determines what happens next. If you treat every reaction as danger, you may become guarded and stop moving normally. If you treat every reaction as meaningless, you may keep layering activity on top of irritation. Neither extreme gives you a clear read on what the shoulder is actually telling you. Do you create more irritation? Do you become overly cautious? Do you find a balance? And most people do not have a clear way to answer that. No one is really guiding you through this part. Your surgeon and PT may be helping, but they are not with you for daily decisions. They cannot interpret every change in real time. They cannot adjust your behavior moment by moment, so you are left to figure it out, and that is where the feeling of guessing comes from. It is not because you are doing something wrong, it is because you are making decisions without a framework. You may know what exercises to perform, but that does not automatically tell you how to respond when reaching into a cabinet feels different, when the shoulder aches after a longer walk, or when getting comfortable at night changes how the next morning feels. This is also where the compensatory cascade begins. When you are unsure, your body starts to adapt. You protect the shoulder, you tighten slightly when you move, you shift your posture. At first it feels like caution, but over time those changes create new problems. Your neck becomes tight and sore, your upper back becomes sore. Your movement becomes less natural and less confident, and your confidence starts to drop. because now even simple movements feel uncertain. You may begin to hesitate before movements that should feel ordinary. You may replay your day, trying to figure out which small activity caused the soreness. You may lose confidence not because the repair failed, but because you no longer know how to interpret your own recovery signals. This is how recovery drifts. Not because of one big mistake, but because of many small, unexamined decisions. And emotionally, this is exhausting. You feel like you are doing the right things, but you are not sure if they are working. You start second guessing yourself. You start paying attention to every sensation. You start wondering if you are behind. That uncertainty builds. And over time, it can slow your progress, not physically at first, but mentally. You become more cautious, then frustrated by the caution. You push a little, then worry that you push too much. That back and forth can make recovery feel unstable, even when the underlying process is moving forward. Because confidence is part of recovery. And confidence comes from understanding what is happening, not just doing what you were told. Most people do not have a consistent way to judge what this means or what to do next. That is the system gap. It is not about doing more exercises. It is about knowing how to think between them, how to interpret symptoms, how to adjust activity, how to recognize patterns, how to ask whether something is improving, lingering, escalating, or changing how you move. That is the difference between following instructions and actually navigating recovery. Without that, recovery feels like guesswork. And guesswork leads to inconsistency. One day you may decide the shoulder needs protection, so you avoid using it for simple tasks. The next day you may decide you are tired of babying it, so you push through more than you intended. Then if soreness appears later, you are left trying to reconstruct the day from memory. Was it the exercises? Was it the cup? Was it the shower? Was it sleeping differently? That kind of uncertainty is exactly why daily decision-making matters. You are not just completing a rehab checklist. You are constantly interpreting cause and effect across the entire day, repeatedly. So if you feel like you are doing everything right but still feel unsure, that is not a failure. It is a sign that you are in the part of recovery that requires more than instructions. It requires a way to think through decisions. That means watching how the shoulder responds over time, not just judging one sensation in isolation. It means understanding that a completed exercise session does not answer every question the rest of the day will ask. It means treating the space between appointments as part of recovery, not as empty time. The shoulder recovery method is a structured way to think through recovery decisions. Think of it as an insurance policy for avoiding mistakes that happen when you are guessing between appointments, because recovery is not driven by a few exercises. It is driven by how you respond to your shoulder all day long, and that is the part most people were never taught. Once you understand that recovery is shaped by these daily decisions, the next step is knowing which mistakes show up most often and why they can look harmless at first. If you want to understand the most common mistakes people make during this phase and how they quietly affect recovery, watch Mastering Rotator Cuff Recovery by Avoiding 5 Mistakes. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next Thursday.